What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. It is that time when we are going to watch some wrestling. Wrestlemania is this. Hey, I'm gonna get wrestled here in a second. What? Oh, a stunner out of nowhere! Oh, and a kiss to the ear. Oh, a little nibble. Oh, and again, RKO out of nowhere. Oh yeah. Don't RKO her? Is that what you're saying? Hey guys, so we're going to watch some wrestling matches. Welcome. We're going to watch some wrestling matches. Yep, we sure are. Let me get set up here. What? Oh, is that so? I know you like wrestling. I know you like wrestling because you do it all day long with Wookie. You guys just wrestle and wrestle and wrestle and wrestle and wrestle. That's all they do. Isaac is getting his stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and get started here, guys. I'm trying to find the stream here real quick.
Share them. Will it go to that form if I send you a text? Will it go to that form if I send you a text?
No.
Okay. Just say I could share them out with you.
Yeah, I just gotta, it's alright. Usually it pops up, it's like the first thing in my stream, but for some reason it's just not popping up right now.
Normally when someone goes live, it should be at the top of your subscriptions.
Yeah. Everything's just running slow. It is not. It's not popping up. Okay, we'll have to go the old-fashioned way. I want to be able to talk with you guys. There we go. There it is. There we go. There it is. There we go. Now I'm in a loop. What's going on, Ryan? It does look like it's just us right now, huh? Well, Isaac is getting stuff together. How are you, sir? Hope you're doing well. Took a little nap, so hopefully I feel a little bit better. I was just really drained yesterday, really tired. So hoping that I feel better today. I don't have any like of the symptoms. I just feel like drained. Tired, but okay. Good. Good. A 3-hour nap. A 3-hour nap. Nice. Gotta have the remote. Roku. I apologize. I'm looking for. I gotta have that. Or are you watching it? There it is. Found it. I knew it would. I haven't had a chance yet. No, man, I saw it, but I haven't had a chance yet to watch it.
With So Clean, just place your equipment in, close the lid, and walk away. Go to SoClean.com and try it risk-free for 30 nights.
Nope, good. I don't think I need to try it. Brian. Well, since you're the one here, man, tell you what, I'll let you start us off. What would you like to see first thing? What match would you like to see? And we'll go from there. Yeah, that sounds good for me. We will start off then with WrestleMania 3. Great big one. Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Very pivotal match.
Yeah, that was one of the matches on the list.
Yep. Just past WrestleMania 5, which is the Mega Powers, as Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage meet with the WWE Championship, it's the WWF Championship, on the line. Ultimate Warrior battles Ravishing Rick Rude. That was the first in that series. Shawn Michaels leads the Rockers into action. That's how far back Shawn Michaels went. Holy cow. WrestleMania 4 features a tournament to crown a new WWE champion. Early round matches include Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, Jake the Snake Roberts versus Ravishing Rick Rude, Macho Man Randy Savage. That's interesting. But yes, WrestleMania 3, the big one. The one that they will forever, it seems, play off of and show, you know, scene after scene after scene of Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. It's really funny because all the stories, if you read all the stories and watch all the background stuff for that, it's interesting because, you know, Hogan didn't know that if Andre was gonna let him win or not, you know, if he was gonna let him pin him or not, and until the last minute, and then finally, you know, he I just passed through here going by Adrian Adonis, the Rougeau brothers versus the Dream Team, Beefcake, Roddy Piper. So funny. But yeah, nobody knew what was going to actually happen until he actually allowed him to pin him. Dorothy says, that's the first WrestleMania that I ever saw. I rented it from my video store. That's the one where Hogan and Andre get disqualified. Oh yeah, that's right. And Hogan hits Ted DiBiase with a chair shot. That's one person who I think should have had a belt, was Ted DiBiase. You're so right. You're so right. Roddy Piper and Bret Hart for the IC title is another great. It is. No, you're right. It's a shame that Ted DiBiase was never champion. It's just crazy to me that Ted DiBiase was never champion. I mean, he bought it for a minute, but man, it's just it's too bad. Now, why does this keep going back? Like, it's not letting me to.
It's like it's in a loop.
It is. It's like it's in a loop. That's weird. I'm gonna exit out. Oops. I can't get to that match. It keeps wanting to. It's just going in a vicious circle. All right, we're gonna try this again, the old-fashioned way here. Sorry, it's kind of geeking out on me here. Alright, let's see if that helped. Exited and came back. Why won't it let me to the match? That's crazy. It won't let me to the match. It just keeps going right, like back around in circles. It gets to Alice Cooper gets revenge on Jimmy Hart, and then it goes back to Adrian Adonis. Huh. Let's see if I can do it this way. It won't let me jump to it. That's so strange. What, I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. It won't even let me to the Hogan interview, that's the thing. Oops. Yeah, it wouldn't even let me there. Okay, so I got it where Andre is coming in, and the guy just said, this is the main event of the evening. It's at 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 37 seconds. I hate to do it the old-fashioned way like that. But that I don't know why it wouldn't, that was weird. It just kept sending me back through over and over again. Like when I kept going to the right, it just kept going back to the Adrian Adonis thing. So I got a big wide shot of the arena, and like I said, Andre is just now coming down with Bobby the Brain Heenan. It's at 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 37 seconds. So we'll make sure that we're lined up before we start. What's up, Caleb? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. We're getting ready to watch Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3. I had a little bit of glitch, so I had to get there the old-fashioned way. It wouldn't let me jump to a scene. So, alright, so I'm at 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 37 seconds. Andre the Giant is just now coming down. It looks like Darth Tasty's ready. I think there's a lot of people online. Mine was acting up too. It's probably what it is. It wouldn't let me jump to the scene. It just kept flopping over. So, all right. So I am ready. Caleb is here. We'll go ahead and 2 hours, 39 minutes, 37 seconds. WrestleMania 3. And we'll go on go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Really? That's cool, Caleb. A 1 hour time limit. I love it when they used to put time limits on this like it was like a real thing. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Nobody's better. Nobody's better than Bobby the Brain Heenan. There was not a better manager than Andre the Giant. I mean, than Bobby the Brain Heenan.
The man has never had a championship title match. Don't you feel in a 15-year illustrious career that he should be granted one shot at the title.
The man number one asked for a title match, and number two never wanted a title match.
He never wanted it. Well, to your knowledge is wrong, because right here he's got one, and he definitely asked for it. He ripped the shirt off the champion as well as the crucifix. I figure that's a direct way of asking for it.
Yeah, it certainly is, but all that came with the provocation of that guy right there with the white waiter's jacket on, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
There he is, 7'5", 525, neck 24, chest 71, biceps 21, hands 16.
I just read your comment, Caleb.
Forearms 17, thighs 36, calves 22.
We could be looking at the next heavyweight champion of the world.
And I just gave you the tail of the tape.
And now, his opponent.
Yeah, he said he's not signing with the Patriots this year.
California,
So he's not retiring?
weighing in at 294
They bring him to Detroit.
That's what he said.
Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan.
And then I saw his Hogan's saying, if he's good, I would actually make him up to say put him on the line and see if he can take them to the Super Bowl.
That's true. Yeah, Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. Put him on the Lions and see what he does. Well, we've got their old, was it offense or defensive coordinator? It was our head coach. Defensive coordinator.
He did go to U of M.
Oh, he went, Dartaker says he went to Tampa Bay.
Oh, the Buccaneers.
That's weird. Why? Which comment, Pelican? Hulkamania. I did see your comment about that, and we've been meaning to do something about it, to talk about it a little bit. It's just we haven't had the time to actually get to it, but it's stupid for sure.
The bell is gone. This one is officially underway. Look at the stain on the face of Andre.
What's Hogan saying to him, I wonder? What could Hogan possibly be saying?
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
He's hulking up right now.
Shot by Andre and the champion retaliates.
It's weird how on the nose it is. Oh, Hogan tried to get him up right there. I love how they set it up, how they tell the story. Because Hogan tried to pick him up right from the start. He's like, nope, can't do it.
Ooh, that was close, Gorilla.
Shoulder was up.
Oh, was that close? Andre thinks he won it just like that. Hogan is hurt. Hogan went for a body slam early in the bout, and he may have injured his back.
It hurt that lower back area for sure with that extreme weight of Andre the Giant. Referee showing the timekeeper that it was a 2 count and the shoulder came up.
Well, that was very, very close. Hogan may be injured.
Sure.
He's going to work on the back.
Maybe injured.
Yes, Hogan's back is hurt.
Give him about 5 minutes.
In this early in the bout.
Referee right down there questioning the champion.
If you guys were forget about that knee a few minutes later.
Yeah, forget about that.
With those awesome forearm shots into the kidney area of the champion.
You know, I gotta say, Andre's making it look easy right now, Gorilla.
He certainly is, Jess.
You know, the champion may have psyched himself out. He may have gotten so high.
Oh, Darth Tasty, it's so bad.
He's blown himself out.
Like, I mean, it's so bad.
The big advantage is all looks similar.
Yeah, the designs all look dumb. I mean, and then they literally have they've gone full PC on the thing, where they got a character named Safe Space. They got a character who's non-binary. Which one's that one? That one's safe space and
Andre telling the champion, get up,
I can't remember.
get up.
There is almost literally a hush.
It's so dumb.
Jess.
You know, it's almost seemed at this point in the bout it's a mismatch.
It's obvious pandering.
To his feet, Andre gets him up and puts him in another slide. How many times can a champion take that?
The big giant's working. Oh, look at this.
Ooh. Right in the small of the back.
Over the back of the champ.
You know, the brain's got to be feeling good right now. Bobby the Brain Heenan, he's got to be feeling good.
Anxiety running through his veins as well as he is. What a golden opportunity for him to walk out of here, the manager of the New World's Heavyweight
You
Champion.
know, I've never seen Hogan beaten down like this. I've never seen Hogan crawling out of bed. It's obvious he hurt his
Hey guys,
attempting
you're not the match.
Bobby slam early in the bout.
Andre picks him up, literally.
Gives him a wedgie.
Times. Whips him into the side. Further damage done.
And Andre's just taking his time. Andre seems to have no fear at all.
Hey.
Strikes.
Bring it up.
Whatsoever, but a lot of guys have made that mistake as well. Hard again, walks into the turnbuckle. And referee right over there, taking a good look at the champ.
Hey, let's bring it up.
Over the shoulder. Up over the brain.
Got to referee the dogs.
He's gonna yell, what do you think of your champion now?
Rookie.
Andre with his shoulder block. Into the stomach. You can hear Bobby the Brain screaming again. Again.
And I'll tell you, Hogan started off quick, but has had virtually no offense since going for that big body slam at the start.
Yeah, and there's another guy who, like,
He's getting crushed in
I think it's safe space that
Gorilla
he only has his powers when he uses them to help somebody else. Like, how does that work?
get out of this predicament right now. We're going to see a new champion, Gorilla.
You got that right.
How much punishment can the champion Hogan take?
A whole lot, Jess. I've seen him do it on a number of occasions.
But never from the guy 525 pounds.
Absolutely not. Oh, the Hulkster sneaked out under the back door. He's out of the corner. And it's the Hulk with the right hand. And another one. Off the ropes. A big roundhouse right. He's got the giant stuck.
He's got him stunned. Can he keep a big elbow?
We're in Michigan.
And Andre is just teetering.
Nice.
Hogan's giving it everything he's got right here. He's got the
Yep, we're in mid-Michigan.
corner.
It's a champion with the upper hand right now. He rings Andre. Once, twice, three times, four times.
That's why it's important to stay in right now, because Michigan's getting hit pretty hard.
Andre dazed. The eyes were looking very strange there. If the Hulk comes up,
Oh, big boot to Hogan in the face.
size 22.
Andre with a tremendous desperation move. Caught the champion coming in. Flush on the jaw with that size 22-24 boot. And Hogan's back on the mat and back in trouble again.
Heenan screaming at the giant, "Are you all right?" And he looked down and
Yeah, Mr. Kev. Detroit is getting really hit hard, and now mid-Michigan is like picking up. It's like we're trying to match you guys or something down there. Tiftastic is from Northeast Detroit. She was from White North, but from Shelby Township area, Washington Township area. Now we live up just outside of Flint. You know, the hospitals down there are just getting packed.
the record of the reigning world's heavyweight champion is not a shabby one either, Jess.
It's true. True, Darth. Starting to catch up with everywhere.
Referee right there checking every
My favorite wrestler?
to see if the Hulkster indeed wants to quit. Highly unlikely in my book.
For me, I think it goes in
As the Hulk tries to wrap
like
that right hand was out
waves, because I think overall, man, that's hard. I got 3. Actually, I got 4. I got a Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. Old school, Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, with a close follow behind with Macho Man. Like Macho Man's like oh man, it's so hard, because classic wrestling. So but I was such a Hogan fan back in the day. It's such a Hogan mark back in the day for sure. But then Ultimate Warrior won me over for a long time. And I mean, in Macho Man, you just got to respect him for what he did. More modern era, love CM Punk. Gotta have some CM Punk. And, who else was I going to say? Man, I had the fourth one. Look at Hogan go. Oh, he's shaking. He's got the arm up. But look at him play to the crowd. Yeah, man, Undertaker. I mean, the modern age is definitely CM Punk. Love DX. Oh man, see that, and then there's Piper. He said Stone Cold. It's just so hard. I like Hogan. Oh, the other one is Sting. I'm a huge Sting fan. And then there's Ric Flair. Yeah, I mean, like, I just remember not liking Ric Flair when I was a kid. I was a Hogan kid, and I remember just, thinking, oh man, if Hogan and Flair ever met in the ring, that was like a big deal. Then I don't think they ever truly executed that the way that they could have. Woo! Big mistake.
Okay.
I don't know what Hogan was thinking up there, but that was horrible sportsmanship on his part. Pulling back in, and Andre's firing it back into the ring.
Champion being thrown back in, and Andre underneath the
Oh yeah, Jericho. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I go back to wrestling, not necessarily as far back as WrestleMania 3 here. The first time I ever really remember being aware. I mean, I was aware of wrestling back here, so I knew who Hulk Hogan was. I knew who wrestlers were, but I didn't watch it, a lot. When I remember just like really being into wrestling, where it was like a big deal, was SummerSlam '89. It was the summer that the movie No Holds Barred came out. And after that, I watched wrestling a lot. There it is. Boom! There's the slam. The slam heard around the world. The big boot caused all his hip problems. And just like that, Hulkamania launched into the stratosphere. What a match. Lives in infamy.
I never thought it could be done, Gorilla Monsoon.
Why can't we get that classic look of a belt? And now, see, I love the Eagle belt, but man, that belt's even better than what we got now.
World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion, Hulk Hogan. Listen to the ovation.
Everybody went home happy. Right here in Michigan. Pontiac Silverdome. Every time I drive past there, that's all I can think of. I've ended up accidentally at the parking lot there at the Silverdome several times, just being down there, and it's like, man, just to know what happened there, and 93,000 people. Yeah, I know. RKO out of nowhere. Oh, you want some of this? Ow. Dang. Dang.
After this, those matches. Okay,
Big gold belt's awesome. Val Venus. Yeah, he was definitely good at what he did. Hey, Caleb. Yeah, I don't know, man. We're gonna try our Zoom thing tonight. At 7 o'clock. That's I mean, it's kind of what everybody's using right now. Obviously, we'll be careful. I don't know. I don't know what information they possibly get from me, even if it was. I don't know. All right. What's the matches we got?
CM Punk versus Undertaker.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. Riz Ramon versus HBK.
Let's do
Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect.
Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. That seems like. Let's.
versus John Cena for no title.
What was it?
Rock versus John Cena for no title.
For no title.
Big Show versus Money Mayweather, which we watched the other day.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, let's watch the Montreal Screwjob.
Okay.
What do you have? What pay-per-view that was?
No, it just says Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart.
You guys remember what Bret Hart versus I can't remember what which one that was. I will look it up. Oh well. If this thing will let me. Things run so slow. What in the world? Here. Okay, stop. I don't know if you guys saw, but you guys know that I'm a
1997.
I don't know why this thing is.
Survivors, let me know. One day before. It looks like it was just a normal Raw or SmackDown.
Was it a normal Raw?
Because it says one day before Survivor Series.
Oh, you know what? It might have been.
Or maybe it was the Survivor Series.
I wonder if they have it on here even. Wikipedia.
And it was during Survivor Series.
It was during Survivor Series?
Yep, November 9th, 1997.
Alright, Survivor Series. 1997. Whoops. We'll watch the Montreal Screwjob. I wonder how they have it presented here. I wonder if it's in its. Hey. I wonder if it's in its like natural conclusion with everything, or if it's been homogenized. Okay, nope. There we go. Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, and then the Montreal Screwjob. So it actually has a jump to Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. So Survivor Series 1997. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I know, man. So at this time, 97, I was working third shift at the time. I had this job at a plastic factory in Lapeer, plastics factory in Lapeer, and so I was driving about a half hour out there. But I was a WCW guy because, like I said, I was a Hogan guy. So when Hogan went heel, that was a big deal for me. Like that totally sucked me back into wrestling because there was a long period of time where like I would kind of watch wrestling if it was on, but I didn't really follow it. You know what I mean? Like more than I do now because I remember now looking back and it's like I knew all the storylines and stuff like that from that time. But so I guess I was always watching it, but I wasn't like wrestling was like one of those things you watched on a Saturday morning. Because the way the shows were totally different. All the shows, and this might be different for you, Isaac, because you didn't get to experience this, but you guys, who are my age or about that age, remember that wrestling was something that like we didn't have the big like Monday night, event, back when we were young. We didn't have live wrestling. Yeah. They would go out, they would do their house shows, and they would film that, and so.
Yeah, like they do with this Wrestlemania.
Yeah, I mean they would film it. Everything was pre-filmed, right, at some location that week, right? And so we didn't know that they were going city to city to city because they'd go to a city and then some shows were connected, so they would actually splice together footage from different arenas, like all over. And so it was weird because it was all house shows. There was like. Every once in a while, you might get like the main event of whatever that was. You'd have like Saturday morning, what was it WWE or WWF Superstars? It was just an hour-long program. Half of it wasn't even wrestling. Half of it was just people talking. But then the wrestling matches that you get were all squash matches. Everything was a squash match. I mean, you guys remember that you'd have like some bum like Joe Phillips, who like. You knew didn't have a chance to win anything, right? And he's going up against like Andre the Giant. It was just like so stupid, because like there was no competition, there was no sense that anybody was going to win. And the thing is that because there were only 4 pay-per-views a year at that time.
And now it's every other month.
Yeah, well, now every month has a pay-per-view, right? And so, but back then they would have these lead-up stories, man, that would just go for 3 months, 3-4 months, and but the funny thing was like by the time you got to that match, you were sold on that match. Like you wanted to see that match so bad, and they would do these long things. And so even though the people wouldn't wrestle each other, they would they'd have all these segments and stuff. Because how like now they got like how Jericho had his own little talk show. Yeah. And the Miz has Miz TV and stuff. So they had Brother Love back then. Which did his little thing, and then Paul Bearer with the Undertaker. Yeah. He did one for a long time like that, but like it was just a totally different thing. And so, man, when they started changing that, and you actually had every week, you'd have a whole show of like real wrestlers wrestling each other. Like not just these squash matches, but like real wrestlers. Like that, it just brought wrestling up to a different level. And so. Hear what anybody has to say, and then we'll get to the match here. I used to love primetime wrestling. Yes, primetime wrestling with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan for sure. Yeah, it was always a superstar versus nobody. Be right back. I'm going to go download WWE on my Fire Stick and watch it with you. Awesome. Yeah, you have to go to Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart match, not the Screwjob. Yep. Awesome, Pelican. Yeah, it's free right now, so we're taking advantage of it. That's what we're doing. So, yeah, if you go to WWE pay-per-view alongside there, and then you should be able to see Survivor Series up at the top, and then just go Survivor Series 1997. Once you get to 97, go down, and then there's a Jump 2 feature where you can don't go to the pay-per-view yet. When you get 97, just scroll or just go down, and you'll see Jump 2, and you go all the way over, and we're at Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, WWE Championship. I'm amazed that Shawn Michaels became what he became. Because, I mean, he was part of the Rockers. You know, I mean, they were a decent tag team, but I remember, you know, they weren't even everybody's favorite tag team. You know, like, they were just kind of there. What's up, buddy? Go outside? He looks at me like, yeah, I want to go outside. Of course I want to go outside. Are you all set, Pelican, or do you need a couple minutes still? He really was, Dark Tasty. Shawn Michaels really rose to the top there. And Bret Hart, you got to give it to Bret Hart, too, because Bret Hart was part of the Hart Foundation, which was one of my favorite tag teams back in the day. Him and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Yep, on the bottom, and you just scroll over to that Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart match. Holding. Oh yeah, for sure. Shawn Michaels, you know, like he ended up making it. I remember, man, when he turned his back on Marty Jannetty and kicked Marty Jannetty through the window on the Brother Love show. Was it Brother Love? No, was it Brother Love? No, it was Bruce the Barber Beefcake. Had the barber shop, wasn't it? And that's what it was because it had a little window. That's right, the barber shop. Yep. And put him through that glass, and it was like Marty Jannetty was his tag team partner, and they tried to do stuff with Marty Jannetty, but Marty Jannetty had problems with drugs, and he just wasn't as you know how it is. It's like, you know, you got one guy who's like you could tell there's something, you know, really good about him,
Yeah.
and then you got the other guy who's like kind of there, and like everybody thought Marty Jannetty would turn into something. They even tried to do a big match between the two of them, but it just never materialized. But Shawn Michaels, man, he made a name for himself, you know, his solo stuff, you know, as the Heartbreak Kid, and I remember when he first started that gimmick, man, that mullet, oh my gosh, that mullet was crazy. But yeah, he started that, and then, you know, with DX, you know, hit and like kind of changed, you know, his persona. All the good wrestlers change with time.
Yeah.
You know, they do their thing. The only one that I've seen that is kind of stuck somewhere, and he's still popular, but the kids love him, is John Cena. Mm-hmm. John Cena looks the exact same way now that he did, you know,
yeah.
way back when.
His matches, it's like if it's not for a championship, it's a good match.
Yeah.
Every time it's for a championship, you're like, okay, most likely.
Yes, it's second to last on the bottom, Pelican. Yep, it's got HBK with his hands up like this and in his stretched out pose.
It says Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart WWE Championship. Yeah, that's one thing I've just realized with the John Cena matches is it's like if it's not for a title, it's a really good match. But if it's for a title,
hold on just a second. Sorry, don't go to the Montreal Screwjob. That's the after part. Go to Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart WWE Championship.
Yep.
Because that's the actual match. Sorry. What are you saying?
But what I've realized is like if it is for a championship, like
Yeah.
9 out of 10, he's gonna win the match.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's the 16-time world champion and tied Ric Flair, which I don't agree with, but it is what it is, you know. But all right. Sounds like we're ready to go. So what we do is we go 3, 2, 1, go. And on go ahead and hit play. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. What in the world?
Didn't do it.
It didn't do it. There it goes. There must be a lot of people watching this. Rick Rude. Look at China. She was a beast. Tell you what, somebody that has always surprised me is Triple H. When he had the whole, I remember when he joined WWE as Hunter, what was it? Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And he just, like, I didn't care for him. He didn't seem like anything special. Look what he became. And a lot can be said for marrying the boss's daughter. Major flies change Triple H. Oh! Let's do something on him. A beer on him. Kind of a European champion. Oh! The Canadian flag. Definitely playing the part. Major roids change Triple H. I wonder if that sign still exists. Probably get some money for that if you still had that.
Yeah.
Given the fact that it showed up on the pay-per-view and what the night meant. So what do you guys think? Do you think Bret screwed Bret? That was the famous line from Vince McMahon. Bret screwed Bret. This was a whole new era of wrestling, man. It went from being the big guys, you know, like Hulk Hogan, to this. A lot more technical stuff. That's when the pace started to pick up, you know. What's up, Shawn Lee? Thank you so much. Well, hey, you're welcome. We're having a good time doing this stuff, man. For sure. Welcome. Yeah, I know that he didn't want to drop the belt here at the pay-per-view. He wanted to wait till the next night so that they weren't in Montreal.
You can feel the electricity. Will be on the line momentarily. And what an ovation for the 21-year veteran, Bret Hart,
Love that belt.
who debuted
Wish they'd bring that belt back.
in 1976 in Calgary, Alberta. It has been a long journey for the Hitman. This match was a long journey in itself. Took 18 months to get it done. And the smart money is that you will never
I always thought that was cool to give, his glasses to some kid. China is a man. That's funny. All the signs, man. Not the signs that she was a man. Look how close up they are to everybody, too.
Possibly the two biggest egos in all of wrestling are about to collide. And of course, it's not about the money. It's about the title. But it's about more than that. Oh, yeah. As you said, King, these two men truly believe in their hearts that they are the better man. It's all about the title word, Ross. You know it. I know it. Let's go get it.
Hart found. There's the Dacian. Tell you what, if I ever bought a belt, like a replica belt, I would definitely want the Winged Eagle belt. That and I probably want the big gold belt too from WCW.
Shawn Michaels will win a fast-paced matchup, and Bret Hart is not missing any of his technical expertise. It's just hard right hand.
Be the unified world champion.
Bret Hart so badly wants to damage the goods of Shawn Michaels.
That was a hard hit.
Face first into the ring post. I don't think this match has officially even started. I think you're right. We haven't heard the bell. And our referee, Earl Hebner, the senior official, has yet to start this matchup. But we've got one heck of a Donnybrook going right here.
No, I believe you're right, Stacey. I mean, in a wrestling situation like this, you got to do what you're booked to do. You can't, that's. I don't understand when. Over the railing. I don't understand when these guys sometimes think that they get such a big head that they act like the sport didn't exist before them, And it's like when it's your turn. When it's your turn to win, like Hogan. Hogan won, against Andre because Andre did the job for him. But Hogan was another one. Never wanted to lose. What makes it good is when you both win and lose. When you're supposed to lose. Because otherwise, you're just unbeatable, and nobody wants to watch that. That's not interesting. you got to have that idea that you can be beat. That it's possible.
Everybody's got the answer. Everybody knows the story. Be ready to move. Now Shawn Michaels is taking back Hogan. I guarantee you this match is going to happen. Come hell or high water. The
Hello, Pelican. Memories. Sean Lee says, I'm an 80s child. I personally think that wrestling was better then. Now, it's all fake. Well, you know, the thing is that it's a different style of wrestling. We get a lot more, I think, athleticism now. You know, back then it was a lot of posing. You know, we just watched one of my favorite, but you know, but that doesn't take away from what it was, because my favorite match probably of all time is Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, which is the first match that we watched when we started doing this, right? The first live stream that we did, and I'll love that match till the day I die. Because it was a great match. It was so much fun, but it's so slow. And it's just two guys sitting there posing for the most part and doing tests of strength and bumping into each other and stuff. But, I don't know, even at the time, it's not just nostalgia for me because there was all the build-up and the angle and everything, you know? Right now, WWE is having a hard time because everything is so choreographed, you know? Because even this stuff, this was good stuff. Like, it looked like a real fight, you know, for like the longest time. Now, it looks very choreographed. It's very homogenized. I watched some AEW last night, and I mean, that was looking pretty good. But, you know, we just live in a different time where, you know, it's funny that we have stuff like MMA, you know, and stuff, you know, that's real. And people are getting, you know, just bloodied and everything. But yet, you got wrestling, and it's, you know, because they got shareholders, and they've got, you know, and they've got, you know, all this stuff, they want to keep it, you know, G-rated, and you know, can't bleed, you know, you can't show any kind of, you know, blood or anything like that. I don't want it to go back to these days where, you know, it was over-sexualized and everything. I don't think you have to have all that, but, oh, yes. But you got to feel like the guys are in some kind of danger, you know. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Look at them talking to each other right there. Dorothy says, agree with you, Sean. The gimmicks were better. They would let the superstars say what they wanted. Now everything's micromanaged down to the last. That's another problem. Is you know, they're all scripted. What they gotta say, how they gotta say it, and everything, and it just doesn't feel natural. And I love, you know, the best wrestlers in history all talk about that. Oh. But nowadays that's the problem is that they always talk about the good wrestlers are just overemphasized versions of themselves, their own personality. And I don't think that we see enough of that nowadays. Oh, you're right, Dorothy. Yeah, WCW had that problem for sure. Nobody wanted to put anybody else over. They all wanted to win. I know, it's literally fighting. It's literally beating each other up. And yet they want to keep it, you know, this PG, you know, squeaky clean thing, you know, like nobody gets hurt. I think it's because during this time, so much happened, you know. It was way over-sexualized, and it just became known for that. You know, all the women who were in it were just sexual objects. You know, they all pretty much posed for Playboy. They were all naked all the time. And then I think it started getting out of hand, where then people started, you know, making mistakes and things started happening. And then of course Owen Hart died, you know, and I think, you know, we started seeing things were getting a little crazy, so they tried to rein it in, but I think that they reined it in too much. And you start taking away what makes it fun and what makes it great. The match just started. That's awesome. They've been going at it now for like 10 minutes and the match just started. A little bit. Shawn Lee, what would be your finishing move? If you had a finishing move, Isaac, what would be your finishing move?
I don't even know.
I remember when I used to wrestle the boys, because we had every belt. We still got all that stuff in the tub somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's in the memory.
They had wrestling outfits though. Their grandma made them capes. I still got my cape. Yeah. Oh, you know I should grab it. I know where it's. I'm looking at it right now. It was funny because they all got their names on it. They all had wrestling names. What was your wrestler's name?
I don't remember.
You remember?
No.
I remember Landon's was the Cross.
It was whatever it was in the WWE 2K 12 or 13.
Yeah.
It was whatever it was in that is what I used.
And Logan just picked the name Cole. And I remember we do spots where, you know, before we go out and stuff, and anytime I would face him, I'd call him Cole Duh. He hated that. We'd get into it and stuff. But we had Mexican wrestler match, Mexican wrestler masks and everything, and
We like one or two of Rey Mysterios, we had like one of some kind.
yeah. But I'd get him down, and I'd get my claw hand, give you the butt clamp, my submission move. Landon still fears the butt clamp. I always liked the DDT, but I always thought it was better when it was special, like when Jake the Snake Roberts used it as a finisher. Like I always felt like it should be a finisher instead of just a thing. Family that wrestles together stays together. What would your finishing move be, Shawn Lee? I did like putting the F5 on you guys though. They go to sleep.
And you can almost feel Michaels continue to build and build and build the momentum. Hart, front face lock. One of the most elementary moves in the game, but one of the most painful. Trying to wear the man down now. I think you're right. I think that Shawn Michaels feels like he is in the driver's seat. That's a move right from Stu Hart's dungeon. An old front face lock where you just grind that forearm right into your opponent's face, right across his jaw. It's a total of control. Uh-oh. It's almost a little slap in the face for Bret Hart because that's something, a front face lock that you would expect Bret Hart to utilize. Right, and ordinarily by this time, you'd see the hitman already going downstairs, starting to weaken the legs of his opponent. But we haven't seen that. Instead, we see Shawn Michaels in control, but not anymore.
Nice start, Tasty. Yeah, you can do all that stuff in the pool. It's fun. Yeah, I like the RKO. I like that RKO. Out of nowhere. I love those videos. Those are some of my favorite videos. The RKO out of nowhere videos. See, crossface chicken wing, that would probably be my finishing move, because I used to do the crossface chicken wing, and it's funny that you mentioned the crossface chicken wing because when I was dating Landon's mom, my ex-wife, she had a twin sister, and I would sneak up behind her and put her in the crossface chicken wing, and she hated it because she couldn't get out, and she would complain about it all the time. But I'd sneak up behind her and try to find different ways to put her in the crossface chicken wing, and of course she couldn't get out once I put her in it, locked her in it. And so I met Bob Backlund, who did the crossface chicken wing, and I told him about that, and he thought that was hilarious. He loved that story, and so we got a picture, family photo, at a WWE event me, Tiffany, and Landon went to, and Tiffany and Landon got to hold the WWE Championship belts, and I used to love it when they do this. That was always fun watching them do the figure four leg lock, like on the side of the bar like that, or something more. But so I had Bob Backlund put me in the crossface chicken wing, and I thought that he was just going to go easy on me like that, just kind of put it on, whatever. Man, he put that sucker on, and all of a sudden they said they were getting ready to take the picture. They're like, okay, we'll do it on 3, 2, 1. And he goes, 3, 2, 1. And all of a sudden he screams in my ear and just goes, ah! And then like lock that sucker in. And he's a little guy, and it hurt, man. My neck cracked, my back cracked. I mean, like, there was no way I would have gotten out of that. And it just goes to show you, man, fake and predetermined outcomes are two different things. Sean Lee says, Tombstone. I'm such an Undertaker fan. Nice. Full Nelson was great as well. Yep, I remember the full Nelson. That was probably the first wrestling move that I was aware of, because all my friends wanted to always put everybody in a full Nelson. Always loved the flip.
Upside down. Look at him.
That was a Ric Flair thing.
You know what's next? There's a cut. 1, 2, and... Can you believe Shawn Michaels again? My God, Michaels has shown a lot of guts here. He wouldn't give up from the figure 4. He wouldn't stay down for the ladder up press after the Russian leg sweep. And then the lower end takes a pounding. Matter of time, Ross. He's being set up for the sharpshooter. You know it and I know it. No doubt that would be Bret Hart's crowning achievement. Oh, kidding me? Make Shawn Michaels give up. That's all he wants to do. And suplex, ladder up press, and Michaels again, showing great tenacity, is able to kick out so many of these 20,593 fans standing. Watch him do it. There's a backbreaker, and Michaels again finds himself in one hell of a lot of trouble. He's resilient, but how resilient is he? How much of this abuse can he take? How long can he stand it? Oh, Michaels just pulled a referee right in front of the hitman. What about that?
Got to knock out the referee at some point.
Pulled referee Earl Hebner right in front of Bret Hart. And I think Hart and the referee hit head. Is that a disqualification? It might be if he can get up and call it.
Oh, your stream cut off?
Break in the face.
I am at 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 35 seconds.
Look at this.
So coming up on 2 hours, 42 minutes.
Are you going to tell me Bret Hart with a sharpshooter? Yes, he is. Are you kidding me?
Oh, there it is. It's the end of the match. Oh, look at there. It's like, what happened here?
Bret Hart gave up with a sharpshooter. Oh, you talk about controversy. This crowd is listening. Michaels with a sharpshooter. After touching the WWF champion. And Bret Hart is standing in disbelief. Ladies and gentlemen, good night from Montreal.
Happened so fast. Like, it's amazing that, you know, like what has happened, what happened since. But man, it just happened so fast that it was just done. What's this Montreal Screwjob thing? Thought that was that something else?
This is what that was. That's the beginning of the story, too.
What's that?
That's the beginning of the story, too.
Oh, that's weird. Why did it go back? That's strange. Yeah, Darth Hastings said, I always thought the way that Shawn Michaels ran out of the ring made him look guilty, and he swore he didn't know until 10 years later when he finally admitted it. Yeah, he knew. They knew what they were doing. Like, you know, but it's funny because they cut it off there with that, because in the other thing, you know, Bret comes out with a big, he goes WCW because he was like, hey, that's where I'm going to go then, you know. If you're going to do that to me, I'm going to go to WCW. So, all right, what else we got on that list? Whittling away at the list. If you guys got an idea that's not on the list, I'm open to hear suggestions.
Pretty much all of them.
Here's what we got. We got CM Punk versus Undertaker, Razor Ramon versus HBK. We already watched. No, we didn't watch Eugene versus Triple H at SummerSlam 2004. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. The Rock versus John Cena for no title. That was the WrestleMania 28 one.
Yeah.
The first time that they fought. Big Show versus Money Mayweather. Batista versus Triple H at Vengeance, Hell in a Cell match. Undertaker versus Brock in a Hell in a Cell match, No Mercy 2002. One of the fastest matches ever, which was Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 28. All I have here is Royal Rumble 98, It's Not Fair to Flair. WrestleMania 13, Legion of Doom Chicago Street Fight. And then we got Undertaker versus HBK Bad Blood 97. And then I think we also had, what was the other? The match where we got Undertaker versus Brock, where he lost the streak.
Yeah.
Legion of Doom one sounds pretty good. We never got around to watching Legion of Doom.
You're stuck with the documentary.
Yeah, we talked
last
about.
lecture.
What do you want to see, Shawn? Really enjoyed Generation X. They were always out of control. Dude, I know. I've had like 3 hours of sleep. I'm gonna make some coffee here real quick in a second. That's the one thing, man. Darth Tasty and I were talking about this before. Is like with all this stuff that's going on right now, it's so crazy that like I've gotten out of like this third shift kind of schedule, and it's just hard to fall asleep anymore. All right, yeah, let's do LOD, WrestleMania 13, and then we'll do either Undertaker versus Brock or Undertaker versus CM Punk. So it was WrestleMania 13.
Which one? Which match?
The LOD one. Nation versus LOD and Johnson Street Fight. All right, WrestleMania 13. Nation versus LOD and Johnson Street Fight. It's I don't know what year did it say it was. I just have WrestleMania 13. '97. Yeah, I think I went to sleep this morning at about 7:30, 8, something like that. More like 8 o'clock this morning. It's crazy. The other day I tried to stay up all night long, and then I ended up falling asleep at like 5:30 in the afternoon on the couch.
You're supposed to go like 5 or 6.
Yeah, and slept till like 11:30. Woke up, and then I was completely wide awake again. So I'm gonna hit play on this, and then I'm gonna go make some coffee. I don't know, man. You know, it's just my brain just can't turn off, and I'm not tired, and I just end up. You know, I was working on some videos and stuff, and doing some editing and things, and I I don't know why I revert to that. Like, I've always been a night owl, so I just kind of revert to it. It's one of the things that I'll be glad when we go back to a regular schedule so that I can get back to going, you know, going to work during the day. So, all right, hey, Sean, why don't you go ahead and be thinking about what DX match you'd like to see then?
When he comments it, when he comments it, I'll put it in the notes.
Yep. So comment what DX match you'd like to see next, and so after we watch this Nation versus LOD match, we'll watch it. Okay. All right. So we're at WrestleMania 13, which is 1997. Nation versus LOD and Johnson street fight, and we'll go 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. And now I'm gonna go make me some strong coffee.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it can go from bad to worse. Because in this match, well, it's bring anything you want. A Chicago
Boom.
Screwjob, perpetuated by this gang, call it what you will. They can call themselves a nation, but it's gang warfare. My goodness, look at all of this accoutrement they have brought with them, and it's all legal. It looks like they brought everything but the kitchen sink with them. And there you see the Nation of Domination. How dominating will they be against Untitled Chapter and the Legion of Doom?
One nation under the roof with liberty and justice for no one by any means necessary.
They are a powerful group, there's no doubt about it. Wrestlemania, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, we are pleased to announce that Wrestlemania will emanate next year from Boston, Massachusetts. Yes, people all over the world make their plans for this once-a-year event. Wrestlemania 14, March 29, 1998 from the Fleet Center in Boston, Massachusetts. And tickets are not on sale. Please do not attempt to buy tickets. They are not available as we speak.
Hey, McMahon, how can I get a seat in the blimp? That might be the only safe place here in this match. I've seen
sick wave earlier on. I don't see it now, but just about everything else is being used. Oh no, oh no. Look at this. Oh no. We got Animal. Animal and Farouk. Ow! Animal and Farouk battling out. Farouk set up. And on the French announce table. Look at this. Animal now. And in the ring, crushing a trash can, and Ahmed Johnson down. Xavier Bailey with a 2x4. Driving it into Hart. Into the midsection. This is what they wanted, McMahon. You're in Chicago, and it's a street fight. They're using This is a fire extinguisher. Farouk just got hit in the face with a fire extinguisher. And it's covering up everybody. Action in, out of the ring, everywhere. Look at this, right here. And look what's going on inside the ring. Outside the ring. All around. A Chicago street fight. I don't think I've ever seen anything as intense or as brutal or as physical as any Wrestlemania in history. This is amazing. This is a history-making WrestleMania. This ain't flag football. And this particular WrestleMania, oh no, Ahmed Johnson takes a track, eats it, right up. Clarence, call 911. Farouk. Farouk, but just threw him to a table by Ahmed Johnson. Ahmed Johnson, who's been hospitalized twice by Farouk, just got knocked down by Samuel. Yeah, Samuel may make it 3 times. And we have lost our French announcer. They're just burning each other out. Watch this. Oh no, not again. The fire extinguisher used again. This is a hell of a place to sit if you got asthma. Back in the ring. 5 of the participants. Oh no, look at this. Samuel crowning Ahmed Johnson. No, no. Here comes the rope. No, don't do that. Don't do that. They said they were going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, they're using everything but the kitchen sink. Give him the kitchen sink, Clark Mason. Another guy. They're trying to choke the life out of Ahmed Johnson. Farouk was just swearing, holding out an animal with a steel trash can. Hell, this is chaos. And that noose, that rope getting tighter and tighter. Members of the Nation of Domination continuing to pull on it. Now, off the rope. Now with a momentum turn. Having the first wrestling move I've seen all night. This had turned into chaos. We knew it would be. A Chicago street fight. And Ahmed has extricated himself from that noose. Oh! Ahmed's chair. The animal's got that big rope sign. And I think it's a parking lot. Crossbar Horizon Band parking. And Farouk has just been parked.
said DX for Spirit Squad.
What's that?
You said DX for Spirit Squad.
Versus Spirit Squad. Nice.
On the outside, Samuel
Good choice, sir.
Ahmed Johnson. And they go. Absolutely amazing.
Oh my gosh, stuff that you'd never see in wrestling now. Noose around a guy's neck.
Brooks took the hawk. Here comes Animal. Oh, from behind with a wrench. I think Crush just hit Animal in the back of the wrench. And Ahmed Johnson being triple team on the outside. And Farouk with that noose. The nation's just too big. Too many members of the nation. Did you see Farouk?
Hawk went from like being choked out to all of a sudden he's just like, he's up again.
What's this? Watch this now. Farouk's gonna go flying like that comet hail bomb.
Oh.
And now for Farouk. Farouk has that noose around him. Oh no. Samuel's got the nightstick. He's wearing Hulk out with it. Yes, he is. Ahmed Johnson with Farouk. A Chicago street fight. We knew this one would not be pretty. Good God, how much longer can they endure this? Their bodies are just, they're just beating each other up. That's what it is. What you doing to street
Just
fight?
beating each other up.
That's exactly what the Nation of Domination have been doing to Ahmed Johnson for it seems like months now. From behind, Animal there.
What's up, Derek?
And your Trump Nation of Domination have
Good
been
to see you, sir.
around.
Morning. We're in the middle of WrestleMania 13, the LOD Nation of Domination street fight.
Sometime there's bound to be a pin somewhere or a submission somewhere. Everybody's in there now. You knew it was gonna happen. They're nothing but a gang. They're nothing but a glorified street gang. That's all they are. The Nation of Domination.
Nice.
Oh, what a move with it. Legion of Doom there. Oh, man's got the 2x4. Ahmed Johnson.
I love that they got both of their names. They got the Road Warriors. There it is. They got Road Warriors from the Mel Brooks movie, and they got Legion of Doom from Super Friends.
No, that's not officially it isn't it? Ahmed Johnson. Is he going to program or plant this man? Ahmed Johnson with a program or plant.
That's a cool move.
Oh,
White guy.
they've got two of the members of Nation of Domination.
Uh-oh. Dang.
I'm not so sure, however, that they have won the
always loved that move.
And those aren't the friendly skies at all. No, indeed not. Wow, anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Animal talks about in that documentary about how when they came up with their hairstyles, he told Hawk, he said, why don't you do a reverse mohawk? He says, and I'll do a regular mohawk. He's like, and that way we'll look like we could plug into each other. Like an electrical outlet. And he says, of course, I wasn't thinking that, you know, we were going to get as big as we were going to get, and it was going to become part of our look, and I was going to have the same haircut for the next 20 some odd years.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so. And ladies and gentlemen,
So,
18,000 plus fans on hand. Sky.
all right, Darth Tasty. Oh my goodness. Dude, go after him, man. Sorry to hear that. All right, so we'll go take care of that and come back to us. So DX versus Spirit Squad. Do we know what year that was? Look it up here real quick.
Okay.
DX versus. Looks like Vengeance 2006. Vengeance. Alright, there we go. Vengeance. And then we're going to go 2006. We're looking for Mick Foley versus Ric Flair, 2 out of 3 falls.
I always thought those 2 out of 3 falls matches were funny.
What's that?
It's like, oh, you pin them once, and then now you gotta pin them again.
Yep.
It's like, well, if they didn't kick out the first time, why would they kick out the second time?
Well, because that way you basically have like 3 matches.
Yeah.
That's what you have, because you had the first match, and then once that's done, then you restart, and then they would go again, and so then they'd wrestle for a while and stuff, and then usually it'd always come down to the 3rd match. Every once in a while they'd let somebody win 2 in a row
Yeah.
and take the whole thing, but it was really interesting. Yep. So we got Vengeance 2006 pay-per-view. It's D-Generation X versus Spirit Squad. Alright, y'all set? We'll do a 3, 2, 1 and go. Ready? We go 3, 2, 1, go.
Are you ready? You think that you better get ready.
Good pick, Chun-Li.
And listen to the
boy, that was the thing, man. It was, everything was.
And I'm thinking about the number 5 against 2. A number of games that catch up.
I will say this: Triple H looked really good during this time.
Mr. McMahon has thrown down the
Very intimidating.
motivated the Spear Squad, who, as of yet, have yet to get it done against DX, quite frankly. Michaels is the first target. Spear Squad hurting Michaels' knee. Damaging the knee. Michaels has been on WWE.com. Knee surgery. His MRI was another deal. But how could he fit those to the reforming degenerate today? Fans on their feet. Here at the Montreal Arena, the home of the Charlotte Bobcats of the NBA. DX gets a great look.
King. We showed the girls. He's like, wow.
They're gonna love DX. You know that everywhere these guys go, women are flashing DX?
So,
Well, good, Shawn Lee. I'm glad you feel that way, man.
ready? Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, are you ready? Then, for the thousands in attendance, for the millions watching at home, live only on pay-per-view. Let's get ready to sing it! And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya.
Well, the still bottom line gonna be 2 men versus 5.
Nikki.
And that lovely, annoying array of male cheerleaders. Male cheerleaders.
Man.
More ridiculous than a robot breeder. President of the United States and a former male cheerleader at Yale University. I know, that's where we are today. Well, they are the World Tag Team Champions as a unit. They're quite the tool, that unit. Still in shock over that. Well, this is supposed to be a tag team.
Wearing green, white.
The way I
Boo.
understand it, a lot of these guys are loud, yes. They're like a Christmas tide, loud and useless. But there are 5 against 2. 5 very talented young athletes, quite frankly.
I don't know, that Nikki guy seems pretty familiar.
Tag title match.
No, it is, right?
Absolutely.
Nikki is, Dolph
This is a
Ziggler.
match in which the Spirit Squad are pretty much on a mission. They are trying to please Mr. McMahon here tonight by destroying DX, derailing DX before DX can really get started here. Mr. McMahon called DX a disease that needed to be eliminated before he was started. Rock, paper, scissors.
I did like
Shawn Michaels.
the Generation X's like attitude, like how they did stuff. Just being funny.
Out of curiosity, you almost have to look at that. I choose not to go down that path, King. I've already had some sabbatical, and I'd like to stay on board a while longer. You're going to be right out of
Shawn looks good.
WWE. And Mitch Michaels locked it up, caught him up on Michaels' side headlock. Michaels has had more shower time than Mitch has had matches probably, but Mitch has got that beautiful exuberance, I guess you would say, and Mr. McMahon in his ear. Michaels going up over the top.
Oh man.
Mitch makes a nice format there. Mitch says, damn that stun. I think he did.
I think it'd be fun to get in the ring and wrestle with some guys. You know, we got a local little promotion here where we live, and I think it'd be fun to get in the ring with some people like who can, you know, who can do it.
Beat down in the corner, and that's a sign of Mitch that we haven't seen in recent weeks.
I think I want to say that it was an April Fool's joke, but because I saw something and I haven't seen anything about it since about Seth Rollins that like he supposedly like hurt somebody else in the ring or whatever. But I don't know that it actually happened. I don't know if any of you guys know anything about it. I had seen an article, but now I can't find it about how he supposedly hurt somebody in the ring on Monday. What's up, Wrestling Forever 93? Welcome. Glad to have you here. We are in the middle of Vengeance. What was it? What year?
2006.
Vengeance 2006. We're watching the D-Generation X 5-on-2 handicap match with Spirit Squad right now. We got a little bit of a light crowd today, but you know what? We're having fun. People are coming in and out, and we're watching some wrestling. Dang. Yeah, Wrestling Forever, I totally agree. It's been an interesting combination here with, dang, look at that blood. It's been an interesting combination with them not having crowds. I will say this, though, and Darth Tasty just had to leave, but we were talking about it yesterday, and that was, I think AEW has done a better job of their live show right now than WWE. Because they've got other wrestlers out there, like around the ring at least and stuff. Here comes Triple H. Man. Taking on the bloody dude. Now that may not be real though. It looks pretty bright. At first I thought it was a real nosebleed, but. The Spirit Squad was interesting for sure.
Another right hand by the game. It's a blood just splatter all the way around.
Yeah, me too. I hope that you know that's the thing. It's like I was thinking about that last night actually. You know, and we hadn't even talked about this, but you know, because they're still doing wrestling. Every other major sport has stopped. But they're still doing wrestling, and people are in close contact.
Until this is done. NFL might play their season. It sounds like other draft is playing right now. Sounds like
Well, everybody, you know, baseball's.
hockey and basketball postpone their postseason
Yep.
until this is done.
And so I don't know if it's enough that you know that they're not having crowds. You know, because you're still coming into close contact. And as I was watching AEW last night, I mean, I appreciate what they're trying to do, that they're trying to give us some normalcy in the midst of all this. But at the same time, like I was watching AEW last night, and I was thinking, you know, like those people, they go to back to their homes. Those wrestlers go back to their homes, you know, during the week or whatever, whenever they do. And
They're probably only able to travel from their house to that building, maybe.
yeah, but like now you got wrestlers who are getting sick. I think Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio. Roman Reigns. It looks like may have coronavirus now, and Dana Brooke. And wrestling forever. I think you're right. I think that they may just be trying to get through WrestleMania, and then probably reassess what they're doing, because it's not going to make sense, man. If these wrestlers are getting sick, we're not gonna. It's not going to do anybody any good. It's really too bad. This whole thing just sucks. You know, it's literally. We live in such a weird world right now that we've woken up into. You know. I mean, where we live here in Michigan, they literally just instilled a curfew starting today. That from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. you have to be in your house. I get it. I understand why. But man, it's like, what world do we live in right now? It's just so crazy. Just so crazy. I'm glad you had a good time, Derek. We always have a good time, man. When we do live streams, that's just what we do. We just hang out, you know, try to do stuff that that's fun, you know, whether it be good conversation, just talking, like we did last night. Last night was a great, fun time on the live stream. We didn't have a reason or purpose. We just got together and talked. Don't forget, tonight we're doing our first ever interactive virtual meetup. We're going to be on Zoom, so we're going to do that, where hopefully we can talk to everybody. You can find the meeting ID for that in our community page. I got a community post there that's got the meeting ID for it, so you just download Zoom, and then 7 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be doing that, so in 4 hours here. And then also, if you need more help from that, you can go and find us on Facebook. And I got the post on there with the meeting ID as well.
But the game really needs to make a tag here after taking those steel steps off their hinges. And Kenny makes the tag. Lex makes the tag. Mikey and Shawn Michaels are the
Nice. Good, Derek. So it's not on there. You just open up the app, the Zoom app, and then when you open that up, it'll say join a meeting, and you're gonna punch in that meeting ID number, and it'll take you to it. Yeah, the meeting ID number is on Facebook. I got a community post here on YouTube, and then I've also got a Facebook post that has it. Yeah, wrestling forever. I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to control hygiene at WrestleMania 36. I mean, it's going to be weird watching WrestleMania this year. It's going to be so weird. It's going to be so strange. Man, nice kick. Well, they were definitely wrestling with some demons back then, no pun intended. I mean, professionally, things were going good and wrestling was going well, but there was a lot of stuff behind the scene during these times people were involved in that, yeah, it wasn't sustainable, you know? Everybody talks about wanting the Attitude Era back, but the thing is, there was a lot that came with it, for sure. A lot of baggage. Sorry about that, guys. Phone ring. Absolutely, Shun Lee. Find us today. You know what? Here, I'll actually. I'll go to the community page. I'll so here's the post right here, and the meeting ID number for the Zoom thing. Like I said, you just download Zoom, and then you just go to it, and it'll ask you when you open it up. It'll ask you if you want to join with sound or with video or whatever. And so I suggest doing the video thing. Of course, you can turn it on at any time during the meeting. But the meeting ID number is 728-702-8883. Here, I'm going to copy it right now.
Derek said you guys, the time zone is Michigan, right?
Yep, time zone is Michigan, Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to go ahead and put the meeting ID number in here if you want. Used to the other thing.
They just need ring time. They are the tag champions. Kenny, the bigger of the entire squad, you and I seem to other leg kick. You and I seem to get it. Kenny probably the most talented one of these guys by a bit, but he hadn't actually been in the past. Nicky again breaking the face of Shawn Michaels. Michaels still reeling from that thunderous chair shot we saw and we heard just moments ago. And I like the strategy as far as the fundamental strategy on the Spirit Squad. Chris McMahon has taught them well. Well, you said I got to disagree on one thing. You said they just need ring time. They are. These guys are the World Tag Team Champions. I know they are, but there's 5 of them. There's stars, without a doubt. I said they weren't stars. Well, when you got a here on business in one of the main events here tonight, and there's the cover. Okay, you got it. I got it. The cover. There's a Spirit Squad. The cover. He beat track here. 5-on-2, King makes a little bit of difference.
Wrestling Forever says, how do you think Vince McMahon came up with the Mr. McMahon character? I think it was just probably out of necessity. That like, because you know what's weird is everybody thought for years during the 80s that he was just an announcer. They did not know that he owned the company, which seems so weird to me now. But we didn't know that he owned the company. We just thought that he was the main announcer, you know. And the whole time he owned the company. And so then, like when he came out as, you know, being, hey, I'm in charge and everything. I think it's like anything that we were talking about earlier. It's just an extension of his personality.
Yeah.
You know, it's over glorified, you know, persona. I think it was Jim Ross in 1996 who was first to out him. Yeah, I think so too. Ooh.
Look at that cheap shot. What a cheap shot that was by Nicky. That was Mikey. Nicky's in the ring now.
Look at Dolph Ziggler with his short buzz hair. Oh! Now, if that were Ziggler today, he would have gone like spinning up out of the air. And I always thought that they should have done an angle where they claimed that Dolph Ziggler was the son of Mr. Perfect, because he looks like Mr. Perfect, and his style is like Mr. Perfect now, where he like oversells everything. Oh, double DDT!
Amazing counter by the showstopper who may have saved this match with that counter right there, King. That may have stopped the show for the Spirit Squad. Now Shawn can only tag. There's a cover. Oh, not a cover. I thought China was going to go for the cover. Johnny needs to get the hell out of there.
I think think Triple H does enjoy it. I mean, I think that's why he does it. I think that he probably enjoys working with NXT better. I don't think that Triple H will be able to fully probably enjoy his job at WWE until Vince McMahon steps down or passes away. Just because Vince is still so much in charge.
Taking down Nikki. Here goes Kenny for the ride. Double inversion. Another one more for the record. And the game is so physically imposing. He exits back better than ever. Or a 10-time champion gets countered. Facebuster.
It's amazing the way Triple H has changed over the years. Man, I just don't know how guys can go over the top rope like that and go flipping around, man, from that high. You know, like, it would freak me out. Oh, nice. Nice. The shock. Oh, hey, I didn't realize that was you back there, Shawn Michaels. So good. Oh, here it comes. Oh, nice. That was nice. That was a nice visual. Sweet chin music and a pedigree all at the same time. Very nice. Well done. Now we're just going to mess everybody up. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know how they did all those flips and everything, man. Off, you know, over ropes and everything down to the floor below. That would freak me out. I don't know. I'd be so worried that I was gonna land on my head or fall and hurt myself. You know. Yep, you're right, Derek. It takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Stuff that would not happen nowadays. Why would you want it to happen? That would give you coronavirus. Okay, I'm thinking,
This is two. Oh, here comes Undertaker backwards.
what's going on here with Vince McMahon? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to let's do Undertaker's losing the streak. As much as I hate that for what it was, I mean it was still what it was. It was a good match. What year is that? That's is that?
Was that the year after? 2 years after Punk?
Oh man.
So it was either the next year or the year after that.
Yeah, that's WrestleMania for sure, right?
Yeah. Right, because he only put his streak on the line at WrestleMania.
Yeah. No, yeah. Duh. That was stupid. Okay, here we go. WrestleMania, and then we want, is it this one? No, it's not this one. It's not this one either.
Lesnar defense WWE.
Yeah, this is the last one. It's WrestleMania 30. There's no jump 2. Why is it messing up? We need a jump 2. There's no jump 2 for it. Oops, dang it. Hold on, wait a second. What? Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got it now. Yeah.
For Triple H.
Oh yeah, me too. Okay. WrestleMania 30. Man, the Ultimate Warrior came on the next night and gave a tremendous speech, then died. That's the next day. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, so we're not gonna watch the entrance. Undertaker's entrance is about 40 minutes. We're just going to go straight to Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker. A couple of notes about this. I remember Undertaker not looking that great.
Mm-hmm.
He's looked better since.
Yeah.
And he definitely looked better before this. He came in looking really skinny, really frail. Mm-hmm. And there's all kinds of stuff. There's actually an interview that we were talking about with Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Yeah, and I look back at that match at the end when he went to go pin him.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of looks like he sat on his arm and then like held his other arm down. He went to go pin him.
Yep, there's.
So it's like I'd believe it.
Yeah, Paul Heyman has alluded to the idea that maybe, just maybe.
'Cause I don't think he would have brought up that idea if it wasn't true.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to bring up. He says, "I'm not telling you what happened." He says, "Because I want to leave it up to your imagination." Mm-hmm. He says, "But what if Brock Lesnar just decided that he was going to take the streak that night, and it wasn't predetermined, and he basically forced Undertaker to lose that match because of the way everybody acted and reacted to it. I mean, everybody would be shocked, and obviously the audience would be shocked.
Yeah.
But watch Paul Heyman, especially.
And Undertaker.
Watch Paul Heyman and Undertaker when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big on conspiracy theories, but I'll tell you right now."
Because I remember Undertaker's eyes were like huge at the end of it. He was just sitting there, just in the middle of the ring, just.
Yeah, there's something there that it's like, it might be real. It might be a thing of Brock Lesnar was just like, no. And I'll tell you right now, and if Brock Lesnar did that, I mean, I don't like Brock Lesnar anyways, but if Brock Lesnar did that and took the streak like that way, not right. The only thing that makes me think that he didn't do that is the fact that they've pushed him so much in these last few years. I mean, we're 6 years removed from this, and he's still the champion, it seems like, every year. Like, he's either Universal Champion or he's WWE Champion every year, it seems like, when he gets there. And, you know, he wrestles whenever he feels like getting, you know, down there and doing something or whatever. You know, he doesn't actually you know, stay with the company for long periods of time. And I don't think that they would have rallied behind him and done that if he had done something like that, because that's kind of like one of those unbroken rules. Like, again, we were talking about earlier, like, you follow the rules, you do what you're supposed to, like, you know. But who knows? Maybe they've had to play along with it, but obviously he's making millions of dollars, and I don't think that they would have rewarded him if he had done something like that and gone against, you know, protocol. Shun Li, so our Universal Studio experience was actually back in on January 31st.
It was back at the beginning of the
Yeah,
year.
it was that was when I took Tiffany. I took Tiffany on a 3-day adventure. We went down to Universal Studios. We went down to Disney, down to Hollywood Studios down there at Disney and Galaxy's Edge and all that stuff. And you can find that video here on the channel as well. I posted that one right away. The thing was I hadn't posted the Universal one, and I hadn't posted the Disney Springs video. And so, since we're here in the middle of this virus thing, I finally got the stuff, got the video, and had time to actually put that together. Mm-hmm. And so, with all the pictures and stuff like that, and so that's why I did that video now. So, that's why, yeah, all the parks are closed right now. Mm-hmm. Disney's closed. I'm guessing Universal's closed as well. Yeah. I haven't actually seen that, but. Wrestling Forever 93 says, I apologize, but that match is too sore for me. It made me lose interest with current WWE. It's, you know, the thing is that there's a couple different things on that match. I hate this match, given the fact of what it represents. But it's a pivotal moment in history. And I think that's what we're going for here, is a moment in history in the WWE. And so that's why we're going to watch it here real quick. So we got WrestleMania 30. We're at the jump to point. It's at 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 22 seconds, if you're going that way. And we're going to watch Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. 3, 2, 1, go, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. This is the first time I've seen this match since. So I'm interested to see how I respond to this now. He does look really red. And he looks really skinny.
Do you know who you fought this year? Undertaker.
Yes, he's taking on AJ.
Oh, yeah.
Underway, Brock Lesnar on the ropes, and Undertaker strikes first with the right hands to Lesnar, driving the piece back to the corner.
He's already got Lesnar really.
Yeah, perhaps the greatest striker in WWE history, The Undertaker. And now it's Lesnar with the power in the back of The Undertaker. That right there was a statement in the early going. And now it's Undertaker knocked over the top rope. Lands on his feet, however, and he will not be intimidated. Undertaker with the block and unloads him with the right hands.
Lesnar going downstairs with those big knees.
John, is Lesnar going to have to alter his strategy at all time against The Undertaker?
Absolutely not. Lesnar needs to do what Lesnar has done his entire life, and that's win. And that's do the unthinkable.
Oh, and The Undertaker will do anything he has to keep the streak alive.
Paul Heyman.
Remember the question The Undertaker asked Brock Lesnar last week when he said, what's going to happen when I take you to the deep water and your feet no longer touch the ground?
If you were a new wrestler, what would your wrestling name be? I don't know, man.
Tried to swim, but none of them made it yet.
That's a hard question. I think a lot has to go into something like that.
Brock Lesnar is going to be in over his head tonight.
Because most people don't use their actual name.
Yeah.
John, at any time in this match, do you expect the pace to quicken at all?
Yes, I do. I think at some point.
I think my mother-in-law would think my name would be Jacob Cass.
Still feeling each other out.
Well, like I said, when I used to wrestle with the boys and stuff when we were younger, their grandma made us all wrestling capes, and I still have mine. I think mine's right over there actually. And my cape had a Superman S on it, and the boys all had wrestling names, and it was funny because she asked. I think she asked the boys what my wrestling name was, and I didn't really have my own persona. I don't think.
Pretty much all used that are names that we chose in the WWE games for the
Yeah.
Xbox.
And so, but I was playing WWE. I can't remember what year it was.
It's like 12 or 13 because we played those
Yeah.
two a lot.
It was 12 or 13. And the thing is, when you played in story mode, you played as a guy named Jacob Cass. You didn't get to pick your wrestler name.
That was 12 then because 12 we picked a name, but 13 you did.
Oh, did you? Okay. So you didn't get to pick your wrestling name. You just played as a up-and-comer named Jacob Cass. And so somehow she got that name and she put that on my cape for my entrance attire, which is funny. So now we have a laugh about it.
No wasted movement by Undertaker.
Oh, that could come back to haunt Lesnar, though.
Your methodical pace. The trademark of the Phenom. Get Undertaker targeting your shoulder with that kick.
Undertaker targeting. If he was playing football, I'd get a penalty for that. Can't target.
Any one of those stiff right hands could put a normal, and I say normal WWE superstar right down to his knees. But neither one of these superstars are normal.
This is first location in that photo.
John, you've been in the ring with the Undertaker on so many
God,
occasions.
it's
How
fucking
intimidating is it?
To get past the entrance first, you're shaking in your boots.
Simply 22 no baseball. Side spectre. Park car and left without losing a note just to feel what it's like not making contact with him hitting the run again.
He's willing to do anything. He's willing to go to any lengths
Doing it every
to
day.
win.
That's why the Undertaker says the streak's lasted. Because he'll go further than any man.
But in the ring with Brock Lesnar too, I've never felt the strength though of the beast incarnate.
You know, watching this now, he didn't look so bad.
Guys. Undertaker perhaps going for an early choke slam on the base.
Can he hit it?
Undertaker, Lesnar reverses from behind.
Once the, I think if I remember right, they said something about like once he hit that first F5, he hurt Undertaker,
Top turnbuckle. Both going for
that's when the match started really slowing down and it didn't look that good anymore.
Take a monumental effort to win this match.
This isn't good though. Undertaker not where he wants to be. Hung up on the top rope, and Brock Lesnar looking to take advantage. Wow. Here Undertaker's angled foot off the steel post and out. Lesnar targeting the right leg.
Targeting still.
Massive whack. Brock Lesnar.
Oh, he's a methodical
We are.
absolute freak.
Time frame is.
Undertaker on elbow caught on the bridge of the nose.
Time frame I've got right now is 2:32. 2:33 right now. Coming right up here at 2:33.
Undertaker drove him right to the floor in front of his back.
Okay, you know what? If you take out the leg of the Undertaker, all the power goes away.
Same bit. I mean, you got to give it to Brock Lesnar. He's huge.
No choke slams, no
He does stuff that nobody else can do. He's just annoying.
Maybe we're seeing the last ride of the Undertaker here at Wrestlemania.
said at so many occasions, John, that all good things come to an end.
So I love that Goldberg
All
match.
streets are broken.
Oh, I know, right? When Goldberg just speared him.
So that, we're going to see one in this match. More of that we're seeing turn two. A crash right now on the wall. All things do come to an end. It'll be a sad day if it is today, but it certainly could be today at WrestleMania. It could be
Oh,
21-1.
Oh, what time is it? We are. It's 3:30. Sorry. You were so close to the time on for the match there.
His history, all of the incredible things that Lesnar's done. This will be the greatest thing that Lesnar has accomplished if he's able to defeat the Undertaker tonight. Lesnar showing no mercy at all.
Yep. I don't think Lesnar needed this win, but
Now Lesnar's got a chance to get the dead man down. You better keep it down. Lesnar being
I feel like that's the reason why they like when they just beat him. Was because Lesnar beat him.
dissecting away.
And then screaming out, "You're the best," with every stomp delivered by Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar needs a lot more incentive.
Man, your body is not
He's only got a 5 count. Lesnar's got to be careful.
your body's not supposed to contort that way.
you're all right, Derek. Back when he was still wearing his Jimmy John's shorts. Guy's huge though,
Except for his legs.
except for his legs. He's got these little chicken legs.
Really skipped leg day.
Undertaker doing all he can just to hold himself up. Still got fight in him though.
And then come Brock Lesnar. Right between the eyes.
Undertaker now versus Undertaker off the steps into the barricade.
The legs of the Undertaker.
Few people thought that Brock Lesnar would defeat the legend Randy Couture, and he did. Not sure how many people thought Brock Lesnar would be in the street.
That's awesome, man.
Very well could.
Shawn Michaels from Palm Springs, California. I've been to Palm Springs. I lived in Sacramento for a little while. I was born in Las Vegas, Nevada.
The youngest ever WWE champion. Never accomplished that.
I love California. That's cool. He says he got to go to a private WWE match when he was 6 years old. He got to meet Yokozuna and a few other random wrestlers fighting. They hosted in Palm Springs Convention Center. That's awesome, man. That's really cool.
This is what he can win with.
Undertaker had a bit of a flurry early on in the match, but it's all Lesnar since. I think this is a systematic beatdown.
Yes, it is.
Guys, at this point in the match, as you see both Lesnar and Heyman smiling and laughing at the Undertaker, he looks very mortal, guys.
I said before, this is the most uncomfortable I've been any match that the Undertaker has ever had at WrestleMania.
Almost a nice match so far. Undertaker trying to get his hands up and block the blows. Undertaker trying to defend himself. He's hurt. He's hurt bad too.
Good. Man, his little midsection exposed.
This is almost hard to watch. Lesnar just teeing off at will. Undertaker's defenseless.
You hear the announcers there? They're like, something's wrong, guys. Like, you just never know.
Counters with a DDT and buys some critical time. here can't capitalize on it.
You're right. Paul Heyman trying to wheel his client Lesnar on. Lesnar back to his feet. Undertaker up. Oh, but he's still out of the guys in the corner. And Lesnar realizes that. Lesnar, trying to quickly come in after the Undertaker.
Kick to the
Undertaker
face.
caught him with a boot.
Undertaker playing a little bit of possum, trying to sucker Lesnar in. If that's so, it worked. Or is it the King of the Jungle's last stand?
Well, the King of the Jungle's not going down without a fight. Guarantee you that. Now a bit of a flurry being built by the Undertaker here. Could it be rally time? Again, the big man. Lesnar lifted up his feet by the Undertaker. Snake eyes again. And the high boot. And now we're getting into the Undertaker's yard.
Leg drop.
Is it enough for the Phenom? Phenom cover on Lesnar. The base kicks out.
I don't know if you feel it, but it's almost as if there's a sense of
No, I moved here when I was actually about 6, but I still had family out in Vegas. We used to go back out to Vegas every year, and but I came to live with my grandmother. My mom had a bunch of problems with drugs and alcohol and things like that, and so my grandma had moved back to Michigan. Nice. I just love seeing him get manhandled any way I can. But yeah, so my grandma moved back here to Michigan, and my grandma ended up raising me and my 2 sisters, and so we stayed here in Michigan. Keep saying, you know, you never know where you'll end up or what'll happen. So, you know, every time I go back out, that was just back. I was in LA a couple years ago. There's just something about the Southwest I love. Oh man.
Big shit.
Yeah, something's not right there.
So, as soon as he hit, he went for the side.
Heyman beside himself right now.
Lesnar can't believe that Undertaker kicked out.
Rock's face. Now what you gonna do, Rock?
They try with a streak.
Keep going to the rope, Rock. It's working.
Face is very sweaty.
I know, he's always very sweaty.
Heyman thinks the Taker's right for the picking.
He's right for the picking. He's gonna pick some Undertakers.
Even the answer something looks like he can't get up.
I'll be honest with you, I thought that this was it.
Was Undertaker suckered him in? He baited him in.
Lesnar made a mistake and Undertaker capitalized.
King of the Jungle. Is Lesnar gonna have to tap here?
The devastated Hell's Gate by the Undertaker.
Yeah, I really thought that this was the end. But then the longer that something like that goes on, the more you know something's gonna change.
And breaking Hell's Gate.
Was that the last gasp by the Undertaker, though? I think that's all he had left. Paul Heyman loved that.
Brock Lesnar.
What's up, Jeff?
He was so close to tapping out the Hell's Gate.
Good to see you, sir.
Look at this Undertaker. I think we're seeing one of the greatest gladiators of all time. Going out like a true gladiator.
Going out. You're calling us a little too early, aren't you?
That's what he had left.
Lesnar again stalking the Undertaker. Undertaker trying to make it to his feet somehow. Dragging Undertaker back to the middle of the ring. Brock Lesnar gonna get caught again. He's gonna get caught again.
Yep, see.
Undertaker trying to catch him again. Now Undertaker's got it. What's Lesnar gonna do here? Is Lesnar gonna tap this
I
time?
guess I don't really understand that move. It really doesn't.
He's trying to pull in with the top leg and push out with the bottom leg. He's kind of like squeezing their chest.
Oh, okay.
Lesnar trying to slip that arm through. Trying to block the Undertaker. He does that. Lifts Undertaker up again. Straight to the paste. Man, how does he do that? What has Undertaker got to do?
Undertaker hasn't been on his feet for 5 minutes, guys. He's caught him in 2 submission holds, Hell's Gate twice, but he's done it from his back. He can't even get on his feet.
Watch this lift by Lesnar that's seemingly super killer. But Undertaker, the resilience of a warrior. Lesnar wondering what he has to do. We're gonna beat the hell out of each other. Now Undertaker crawling toward Lesnar. Now Brock Lesnar.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Lesnar trying to lock it in. Oh no. Brock Lesnar would rip the arm of the Undertaker here and try to outside it. He's got it.
It's funny that that's a real move that he uses in MMA.
Undertaker screaming in pain. Does Undertaker have any sort of counter? Any sort of way out of this? Other than hearing his own arm snap. Brock Lesnar's broke the arms of Shawn Michaels and Triple H with this. Now he's trying to do the same to the Undertaker.
He's got his hand broke the arm of the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Indeed. Look at this. Look at this.
There we go.
Undertaker's immersed it. The Undertaker. Brock Lesnar now screaming in pain. Look at Lesnar's face. Undertaker. Taken down by Lesnar again. Undertaker still got it locked in. Look at Lesnar. Will Lesnar tap out?
Can you imagine if Lesnar has a tap out to this?
Will Lesnar become victim number 22? Look at the pressure that the Undertaker's applying here. You hear Heyman screaming, get to the ropes, get to the ropes, get to the ropes. Lesnar trying to make it there. And he does get there and force a break. Come on, the rope. Hey, come on, bro. And now Lesnar driving the Undertaker into the corner as well. And off the break, it's Lesnar with shots to the kidney. And finally, Undertaker somewhat back to his feet. Barely having to be held up on the ropes right now.
Nice.
Desperate counter. Boot right to the face. Undertaker is spent. Yeah, but does he got one last gasp?
Nope.
Perhaps he does. Undertaker is gonna go up high.
Remember, it's certain things Undertaker did this, and the same Punk did the same thing later in that match.
Yep. Oh. Is this the second F5 or third?
Second.
Goodbye, strike. Kick out. How did he do it? The will of the Undertaker.
Get in there, Paul.
Yeah, because you see that time he sat on his arm, but he can't cover that other arm he kicked out with that arm.
Pulled the Undertaker down off the ropes. And then F5 him down to the mat.
Everybody has said it. Undertaker's going to go further than anybody else. There's a reason that WrestleMania's streak is the greatest streak in all of sports.
Yeah, but the streak is in jeopardy, but is Brock Lesnar in jeopardy? See Lesnar glance back at Heyman almost with this look like, what do I do? Yeah, but Lesnar's still, I'm not going to say 100%, but he's a lot better shape than the Undertaker is right now at this point in the match. Oh no, German suplex to the Undertaker.
I know, man.
How much more the phenom can stand.
Like I said, I'm working on like 3 hours sleep right now. But I wanted to do this because I love this, man. Sorry, guys. But when we're done here, I'm going to take a little nap so that I'm nice and refreshed and ready for our look at his elbows bleeding. So I'm ready for tonight.
There was something on that elbow earlier in the match. It looked like a Band-Aid or something.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So you probably reopened something.
Enosh Waker. What's up, Gavin? Yeah, I'm going to take a nap when this is done. And that way I'm nice and refreshed for tonight when we get back together at 7 Eastern Standard Time. When we do our Zoom go-to meeting. I know, Jeff. That's how I feel too, man. The reason why we're watching this match is just because it's a moment in history, you know, in WWE. And actually, this is the first time I've watched the match since I watched it live. Just trying to see what my perspective of it is now.
If I remember correctly, I think I slowly watched it less. Because I don't remember the build-up for Shawn Michaels and Undertaker a year later.
Now I remember the Shane McMahon versus Undertaker thing.
Yeah, so I don't remember any of that. Because I remember last time I watched it was Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. And that match was only a few seconds. I remember before that I didn't watch it much. And after that I haven't watched it since.
There's so many moments where I thought it was going to be done, you know? And the Undertaker was going to pull it off. But he just... This is one of those things I think we'll never really know what happened here. If it was real, if it was, you know, meant to be. They planned it this way. Because Undertaker's been stronger since then. So you know, at the time I just thought, well, man, you know, he just needs to...
And this seems like after he does something, he's laying on the ground for a few minutes.
Yeah, it's like, you know, after that's the thing is he looked like he was just done, you know? But...
These guys have hit each other with everything they have. 2 F5s. Undertaker kicked out both times. Tombstone pile driver. Brock Lesnar kicks out. Undertaker. Two incredible athletes fighting for their place in history. Undertaker signals it's over. Maybe he's not human. Again. All right, Brock Lesnar counter. Brock Lesnar counter. Lesnar counter.
Gavin, we're watching The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at the end of the streak. Third F5, man. We have, there it was. And now just look at the reaction. Like, I mean, I know Paul Heyman is over the top anyways, you know, it's all part of acting and everything. But that guy. We kept waiting, like, that there was going to be, like, some kind of something that it wasn't true.
Wait, even the announcer right now.
And people kept waiting for something to happen to tell us that it wasn't real. Look at the look on everybody's faces. 21-1. Yeah, you know, Jeff, that's what we were talking about earlier. Is that it did look like Undertaker was sick. That like he didn't look at his full potential. He was really thin this year, you know, and he came back in subsequent years and looked better.
Yeah.
You know.
Before he was better.
Yeah, look how disappointed everyone is. But you know, that was the thing, was like,
Just cemented his legacy.
I mean, look at Undertaker just laying there.
Performers in WWE history.
I just don't know that Undertaker. Like I said, we don't try to get into conspiracy theories about it, but that Paul Heyman interview is really interesting. That's floating around right now, where he talks about, you know, he's like, I don't want to say one way or another. He says, but you know, what if you know, the streak wasn't supposed to be broken that night, and Brock Lesnar just decided he wanted to take it. If he did that, I hate him even more. But it was rough.
I still can't believe it. Sleep. Conquer. The streak.
Man, it's so sad. He's still laying there. And I know, look, I know that they gotta sell it, you know. But he looked like he got his bell rung.
Where's that first time he had to sit back up? It looked like it hurt.
Because every time he goes to sit up, like, you can see him kind of wincing.
It's the greatest gladiator I've ever had the honor to witness. The greatest. My God, what a man. 75,000 here in the Superdome paying their respect. So go on and stand for a good man. To the greatest performer in Wrestlemania history. Thank you, John.
Yeah, I didn't like his haircut either, man.
Congratulations to Brock Lesnar. You guys done.
Yeah, it's one of those things I don't know if we'll ever know the true story, you know, of what actually happened with this match. If it was scripted this way, or if Brock Lesnar really did screw him. If he screwed him and got away with it, and was able to come back and make the money that he's made and do all the stuff that he's done since, I'll tell you right now, I don't get it. I don't know why Vince would reward that, but he looks like my friend Rick there. Mean Mark Callis. Does anybody remember The Undertaker when he was Mean Mark Callis in like NWA? WCW days? I think it was NWA. It was before WCW.
He's the greatest I've ever fought. I'm speechless.
He had all those same moves though. He walked the rope. He did a Hart punch. That was his finishing maneuver. Was the Hart punch. You lift the opponent's arm like that, and you hit him right in the chest, right in the heart.
I said all streets were made to be broken. I was not hoping it would happen. Showing ultimate respect.
Gavin says he got away with it because he brings in the money. Yeah.
And he went out like a warrior. Just like you'd expect. I think right now is to take a walk that he never thought would happen.
He just didn't look right.
And he's walking with his head held high. The man that he is. Guys, it's a selling moment right now in the Superdome, but there's no doubt at the end of the day, you're going to celebrate. You're going to celebrate what the Undertaker has accomplished in his history here. That is a giant in the WWE. The greatest performer in Wrestlemania history.
Then I don't think
The greatest.
we've never seen the match that he lost to Roman Reigns, have we?
No.
I've
I
never
never
seen
seen
that.
Shane versus him. Might see him versus John Cena.
I remember him taking. I remember the other two matches, but
We took a break last year.
Congratulations to Brock Lesnar.
We did it last year.
To the Undertaker. I feel like we just witnessed the end of
all right, guys. Well, yeah, I think we're gonna call it. We went almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
That was a quick 3 hours.
Yeah.
Few good matches though. I've been really enjoying this, doing this with you guys, having some fun doing this. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a nap, so I'm all well rested for our 7 o'clock meeting. So make sure to join us at 7 o'clock for the Zoom thing. If you don't have Zoom, go ahead and download that, and then the meeting number I posted it again here in this talkback. Let me find it here again.
Did you put it on the Facebook page?
Yep, it's on the Facebook page and it's on the community page here on YouTube. But the virtual meeting number is 728-702-8883. If you download Zoom and you just punch in that number for the meeting ID, it'll take you right to it.
You said 7 Eastern time?
Yep, 7 Eastern time tonight. So, should be fun. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us for another. I believe you should be able to get Zoom in the UK as long as the app is available for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I don't see any reason why I don't know that they have any.
If not, you just make an App Store account for the country that has it.
Yeah.
Because I've done that for a few of the games that I play on my phone. When they went in beta testing, they only tested in Canada.
Okay.
So I created a Canadian App Store account and then downloaded.
Oh, so you created a new App Store account.
Or you could change your region, but people don't suggest that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I don't know if you're Apple based. If you're Apple based, then
I'll do it with the Google Store or I think Android uses the Google Play Store.
okay. Yeah. So check it out. I do it ahead of time to make sure that you're ready for it. But then if for some reason it gives you a hard time being in the UK, then just go and create a new account that you punch in that you're from the United States or whatever. So,
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a wonderful afternoon or wherever you're at, whatever time it is, and we will see you in just a couple hours. All right, guys, thanks for joining us.
Jeff said, what's the Facebook name?
The Facebook name is Poindexter Lounge. So it's facebook.com/Poindexter Lounge. Yep, just that easy. All the links are in the descriptions of our videos. So any links to any of our social media and all that stuff are all in the descriptions of our videos. So it won't be in. Well, it might be in this one because I think I predid it. But if it's not in this video, just look up any of our regular videos.
It's in the description of this
Yeah,
one.
it's in the description. So all of that, all of our Twitter accounts, our Instagram, our Facebook, and those are the three that we basically use. So all those things are on there, and you can find us that way. All right, guys. All right, we'll see you shortly.
3 hours from now.